Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like life has turned its back on you? Like no matter how hard you try, everything just slips through your fingers? What if I told you that one small act of kindness could change not only your life, but someone else's too? Let's dive into a story that will make you think twice about the power of compassion. Before we begin, take a moment to press that like button. It means so much to us. And share where you're watching from. Are you tuning in from New York, London, or maybe somewhere quieter like a small town in Canada? Your comments help us understand our global reach. And trust me, this story was made for you. You deserve every word of it. Now, let's get started. The rain had been pouring all day, relentless and cold, soaking through the cracks of an old jacket worn by a man named Wyatt. He sat hunched on a bench near the bus stop, his hands trembling as he clutched a crumpled newspaper. The classified section was smudged with water, but he still scanned it desperately, hoping to find some miracle hidden between those blurred lines. Wyatt hadn't eaten properly in days, and his stomach growled painfully. His fears were loud tonight. Fear of failure, fear of being forgotten, fear of never finding his way out of this endless pit. Across the street, Marcus, a black taxi driver who'd spent years navigating the city streets, was finishing up his shift. He'd seen countless people come and go, each carrying their own burdens, but something about Wyatt caught his eye. Maybe it was the way the man hugged himself tightly, trying to shield against both the weather and the world. Or maybe it was the emptiness in his eyes, a look Marcus knew all too well. Marcus pulled over, rolled down his window, and called out softly, "Hey, need a ride?" Wyatt glanced up, startled. His voice cracked, unsure. "I don't have any money." Marcus nodded slowly, his tone calm but firm. "That's okay. Get in." For a second, Wyatt hesitated. Suspicion flickered across his face. Was this some kind of trick? People didn't just offer free rides to strangers. Not anymore. But then again, what did he have to lose? With a heavy sigh, he climbed into the cab, dripping wet and feeling smaller than ever. "So where you headed?" Marcus asked, glancing at him through the rear-view mirror. "Anywhere," Wyatt muttered bitterly. "Doesn't really matter anymore." Marcus frowned slightly. There was pain in that voice. Deep, raw pain. "You mind telling me what's going on? If you don't want to talk, that's fine. Just thought I'd ask." Wyatt stared out the window, watching the rain streak down the glass. For a long time, he said nothing. Then, almost reluctantly, he began to speak. "Lost my job 6 months ago. Couldn't pay rent. Evicted last week. Been sleeping wherever I can since then." Marcus listened quietly, letting Wyatt pour out his frustrations. When the silence stretched between them again, Marcus cleared his throat. Ever heard the saying, "Sometimes when you hit rock bottom, the only way left is up"? Wyatt snorted. "Yeah, sure. Easy to say when you're not stuck there yourself." Marcus chuckled dryly. "True, but hey, even rocks at the bottom hold rivers together, right?" Despite himself, Wyatt managed a faint smile. It wasn't much, but it was enough for Marcus to feel like he'd chipped away at the wall around Wyatt's heart. When they reached a diner on the outskirts of town, Marcus parked the car. "Come on, let's grab something to eat." "I told you, I don't have money," Wyatt protested weakly. "And I told you it's on me." Inside the diner, the warmth wrapped around them like a blanket. They ordered coffee and sandwiches, and for the first time in weeks, Wyatt felt full, not just physically, but emotionally. As they talked, Marcus shared bits of his own past, how he'd grown up poor, faced discrimination as a young man, and worked 3 jobs to build a better future for himself. "You see, Wyatt," Marcus said, leaning forward earnestly, "life throws punches sometimes, hard ones, but it's not about avoiding the hits. It's about getting back up after they knock you down." Wyatt nodded slowly, absorbing the words. By the time they parted ways outside the diner, Marcus handed him a card with his number scribbled on it. "If you ever need anything, call me. No strings attached." Little did either of them know that single act of kindness would ripple far beyond that rainy night. Weeks passed, and Marcus went back to his routine, ferrying passengers across the city. Yet, every now and then, he wondered about Wyatt. Had he found work? Was he doing okay? One evening, As Marcus waited at a red light, a sleek black car pulled up beside him. The driver rolled down his window, revealing none other than Wyatt. "Marcus!" Wyatt exclaimed, grinning widely. Marcus blinked in disbelief. "Wyatt? Is that you?" "It's me," Wyatt confirmed, stepping out of the car. Dressed in a crisp suit, he looked like a completely different person. "I've been meaning to thank you properly. What happened to you?" Marcus asked, genuinely surprised. Well, Wyatt hesitated, scratching the back of his neck nervously. "Remember that diner? Turns out the owner needed someone to help manage the place. I mentioned I used to cook back in the day, and she gave me a chance. Things took off from there." Marcus smiled warmly. "See? Told you. You're stronger than you think." But Wyatt wasn't finished. "There's more," he admitted, pulling out an envelope. "This is for you. Consider it repayment for that night." Marcus shook his head firmly. "Nope, not taking it." "Please," Wyatt insisted. "It's not charity. It's gratitude." Reluctantly, Marcus accepted the envelope, opening it later to discover a generous sum of money inside. Tears welled up in his eyes, not because of the amount, but because of what it represented. Proof that kindness truly does come full circle. Back home, Marcus couldn't stop thinking about the encounter. That night, as he lay in bed staring at the ceiling, he realized something profound. Life isn't always fair, and sometimes it feels downright cruel. But moments of genuine connection, they're what keep us going. They remind us that we're not alone, even when it feels like we are. As for Wyatt, he continued to thrive, eventually opening his own restaurant. And though he achieved success, he never forgot where he came from, or the man who had once believed in him when no one else did. So, here's my question to you. When was the last time you extended a helping hand to someone in need? Did you expect anything in return? Think about it. Because acts of kindness, no matter how small, have a way of coming back to you in unexpected ways. Before you go, leave a comment below sharing your thoughts. Wherever you're watching from, know that your presence here matters. Thank you for being part of this journey. Stay kind, stay hopeful, and remember, you're stronger than you think. And there you have it, a tale of hope, resilience, and the transformative power of kindness.